Well, Patty, we have been in our RV now for 4 months.
Isn't that crazy?
I know, it's crazy. And we are slowly finding things we like and we dislike. And so now we're kind of in a process of tweaking the RV, since it is our home now,
Right.
to make it a little more livable for us.
Yep.
And I thought maybe we'd talk about some of the changes we've done in today's episode of Travels with Delaney,
The podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's Patrick.
I'm Patty.
And as always, joined here on the old podcast couch by none other than Truman Marshall and Bess Margaret, our Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, who the minute Truman sees us get out podcast equipment,
He's in.
he was literally,
He was
I swear,
asleep,
he
I
was
thought.
asleep in his kennel. He just goes in there. We don't make him go in there, but
No.
he likes to sleep in there. He's in there asleep. I get out the podcast. Next thing I know, man, here he comes, jumping up on the couch, ready to go.
I know.
He never wants to miss an episode, so.
And then he sits on his sister.
Yeah. Just
She's
boots her
looking
out
at-
of the way.
She's looking at me like, what happened?
Yeah,
I was
why did I
sleeping.
get booted out?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway,
Anywho,
so we're back for another episode 2 weeks in a row. That's fairly
that's like a
impressive.
record, I think.
I tell you what, we are barreling towards the end of the camping season here at Happy Acres
It
Campground.
is full bore, steam ahead.
Yeah,
We're rounding third.
We're rounding third and heading for home. We are, I believe, about 26 days.
That's what it said down in the barn.
Yeah, we actually have a countdown.
The final countdown.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. It's the final count. 26 days till we kick everybody out of here. Take
Yep.
us about, 5-6 days to get it actually closed down,
Yep.
winterized. And, and then, boy, I tell you what, we'll have a few days to kill. And then we'll be in Louisville starting on the 9th of November for, I think it's 4 nights, going to the Outdoor Hospitality Conference, where actually I and Angie, the owner of the campground, will be doing a session at the
Right.
old conference
Absolutely.
this year, talking about how you can utilize social media influencers to grow your business. And so,
And what rumor has it, you're the last
well,
conference
there's no
of the-
rumor. We're in the and we're not the only one, but we are on the last day, and I believe it's the last time block before everybody gets ready to go to the big closing party.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Angie thinks nobody's coming to our session, so we'll find out. But
You might have a packed house.
and we might have a packed house. You never know.
That'd be
I'm
great.
just honored that they accepted our
Sure.
proposal so we could share our story about how we have helped Happy Acres grow their revenue over the last 3 years. And but yeah, so anyway, but then as soon as the conference is over, man, we're going to get to Texas
Yep.
in 2 days. Originally, I had said 3 or 4 or 5. Like I was like, we get there. But we decided we needed to.
And there's a reason why.
That's right. And it's the worst reason in the world.
Dun dun.
We have to get to New Braunfels so we can go to Worst
Fest.
Fest,
Woo!
because the weekend that we're arriving is the last weekend of their 10-day Worst Fest festival.
Which is Oktoberfest.
It's like
They call it the
Oktoberfest.
worst.
They actually have a whole grounds just
Yeah.
to host Worst Fest every year.
And I looked online, and every day there's tons of entertainment. There's tons of food, tons of activities, just lots going on.
And tons of beer.
Tons of beer, yeah.
That's right. So the plan is we'll leave on the 13th, assuming everything goes according to plan. We will arrive to our destination on the 14th, and then we're actually not going to go to Worst Fest on Saturday. We get in on Friday. Saturday's going to be like
a kind of recover day.
kind of recover from the long drive and
You just get everything
get
set
up. And then on Sunday,
Groceries, whatever.
Sunday afternoon, Woody and Priscilla, my aunt and uncle, they're actually going to join us. They're going to
Yeah.
come pick us up at our campground.
Well, they got the inside. They know where
They
to
know
go.
where to park, and they've got a car. We don't have to take Babs into downtown New Braunfels.
Yeah, he said you don't want to do that.
Yeah. And so that's kind of why we're rushing. We could take 2 days, get there on Saturday, and still be able to go on Sunday. But I'm like, you know what? The thing was, our second stop that I originally planned was going to leave us like a 4-hour drive, and it was only 4 hours away from where I thought we'd try to get the first day. And it's just like, you know what? Let's just
do it.
do it. We're good at that,
Just
right?
do it.
I mean, we have been training for that our whole lives because we've always had to
That's
rush.
how vacations are
I know that
until now.
When you work a 40-hour a week, normal job, 52 weeks out of the year,
and you have a short
and you have
time
1 week,
frame.
yeah, you learn how to get to places very quickly. So
Safely.
Safely, yes. And yeah, and we did finally book a campground.
We did.
I mean, we looked at a lot, and interestingly enough, where we ended up was not where we thought we were going
No.
to be. But
A lot of analysis.
I did a lot of analysis, and one of the reasons we chose, well, number one, we kind of changed location. So we're not as close to my aunt and uncle as we'd originally thought we'd be. We thought we'd be about 10 minutes from their house. The problem is being 10 minutes from their house kind of leaves us out, I don't want to say in the middle of nowhere, but for what we're going to be doing this winter, which is a lot of sourcing for your eBay store,
Right.
we needed to be closer to probably
Stuff.
New Braunfels.
Yeah.
And New Braunfels is a great location because it leaves us like 45 minutes to get to my aunt and uncle's house, which is nothing. We run to
No.
Fort Wayne all
That's
the time.
nothing for us. Yeah.
But by putting us near New Braunfels, then we can source right there in New Braunfels. Tons of thrift stores, according to Google Maps.
Awesome.
But then we're only like 20 minutes from the northeast side of San Antonio.
Right.
And we can also shoot up 35 to San Marcos and on up into Austin. So it ended up being a good location,
yeah.
I think. And then the resort we ended up choosing because I think we had narrowed it down to like 3 or 4.
Right.
But the one we chose is just literally on the outskirts of town. And the site they have assigned us, it backs up to a cow pasture.
Yeah.
And
Longhorns.
so it should be good and quiet because one of the campgrounds we were looking at
Right
was
by
also
the highway.
and it was in New Braunfels, so it was
and
a good
a train.
and a train. The train was what did me in.
Nope.
When I read all the comments about the trains going through at all hours.
We've camped near trains before.
We've also lived near
We've
trains
near
before,
the
and we're
train.
done with that.
I don't want to do that anymore.
And so we're excited to announce we're going to Canopy RV Resort for the winter, and super excited. It is a Woodall's 10-10-10 resort. It's gated. They actually made us do a background check on both of us.
Which is good because then we know everybody in there is
checked out. And they just have, one of the reasons I really liked it was they have lots to do. They have
for winter Texans,
right?
Which is what we're going to be.
They do have a pool. It's not heated. I don't know how usable that pool is going to be, but
who knows, right?
More importantly, they have pickleball courts that are lit,
and so we're in training.
Yep. They have the dog parks. They have an exercise room, which you were super excited about. They have a laundry room. Now, the only reason a laundry room would be important is
our comforter.
Our comforter.
Anything big
does not really fit into the washer and dryer here. And then, oh gosh, but then they have activities every day of the week.
Food trucks.
So these were big selling points for me.
Okay.
Free coffee 7 days a week.
Yep, I knew that got you.
The gal told me they brew up 3 different kinds of coffee every day.
Oh my goodness, you're going to be like, what do I do?
Free breakfast every Saturday.
Yeah.
And she said the menu changes from week to week. They just have like volunteers that help prepare it. But, she gave me examples of, one week it might be pancakes and sausage. Another week it might be biscuits and gravy. But who doesn't like free breakfast?
Yeah.
They have food trucks that come out there on a regular basis. They even have a mobile pet grooming service show up once a month.
That would be great because these guys can't go
They're
that long.
They're going to have to be groomed.
Yeah.
And so, we're excited. Like I said, it'll be a good location, I think, all the way around.
I think it's going to be good. And watching all the stuff we watched and looking at all the photos, it just looks like a beautiful park.
Yep. So that's out and done. And so now we're just trying to get this RV ready to haul. Myron's been out here quite a bit lately. He does have our Victron system all hooked up.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh! I asked him if this was his Mona Lisa, and he said yes.
I mean, you open that door, you almost hear like, oh.
It's such a clean install.
It's so clean too.
Yeah.
It's what
beautiful.
He's done is just amazing.
He does have a little bit more to do because one of the things we did opt was to add a DC to DC charger versus more solar on the roof. And so he has it hooked up in the RV. He's got to come out and run the wiring
to Babs
on Babs,
the truck,
the wiring that we would plug into. And for those of you who don't know what that is, DC to DC just means our truck will end up putting charge onto our batteries while we're hauling.
That's what we need.
And I know a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, but when you're hooked up to your 7-pin connector, it doesn't." It doesn't. Really
Not a lot.
And this will be dedicated charging and since our style of travel has changed, that just made sense, I think, to go that route as opposed to more solar.
Yep.
So, but we're going to talk about some changes we made inside the trailer. But before we do that, we have to do another exciting round of this or that.
All right. Even on like minimal sleep, the W kept me up.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Patty's all into the WNBA, but now the Fever lost, so
Yeah.
I guess
Nice,
you're probably
sad.
not
The only thing I want to find out is if the next location for the game, if they play that background music the whole time the team's playing, because I think that was like sabotage.
I don't know.
It was pretty wicked.
All right, let's get back to this or that.
All right.
All right, Patty. It is soup season.
Ooh, yeah. We have soup weekend coming up.
We do. Chili
Okay.
or vegetable soup? Beef vegetable soup.
Ooh, I love them both. Man, this time of year, golly, sometimes chili can be spicy. I'm going to go with vegetable soup with the beef.
Beef vegetable soup for the win.
Yeah. Can I get little crackers with it?
Yes, you can. Man, I love soup, especially this time of year.
Lots of soup. We've been having soup lately, and it's so good.
I know. And we have
Filling.
this weekend is Fall Fest here at Happy Acres Campground. And one of the things we do during Fall Fest, it's kind of become a tradition, is a soup potluck where people bring pots of soup.
Yep.
And they can bring other things too, so we have other stuff to go with it. But you just end up with all these different homemade soups.
Yes.
And you get to try them all.
And we're ready.
And we're ready. I'm actually doing, I don't know if it's really soup,
You
but
can make it soupier.
I may make it a little runnier. I'm making my mom's goulash.
And then making it a little more.
Yeah,
We
maybe
saw it online.
I'll make it a little runnier, maybe for it's more like a soup.
And instead of trying to like carry multiple bowls or eat a little bit and try to get back up through the crowd, we're ready. We have these containers that teachers use that you can put like pens and pencils or art supplies or paints in them. Now, mind you, they're brand new.
So think of it as like a caddy. It has a handle in the center and 3 holes on each side.
And all we need to get for them, because I don't think
we have them.
Is just some styrofoam cups.
The cheap coffee cups.
Yep,
styrofoam.
you just want those.
Set them down in.
Yep, and that way, if you try something you don't like it, you don't have to eat the whole thing. You don't have to rinse it out. You can just, and then on you go.
So Patty's going to be going up and getting 6 soups at a time, samples.
And there's, handle on it. We all have colors.
Patty bought them for
everybody.
For the staff that's still here.
Yeah.
So you bought for Bill and Robin and Mike and Amy
and us.
You and I. So,
yeah.
All right.
Angie and Kevin already had theirs.
They already had. So
they were set.
All right, let's get into today's topic.
All right.
Which is the changes we are making, and we're not going to go through all of them, but I guess there's a couple that we'll mention quickly. I really was going to focus on the bathroom. But out here in the living room where we are recording our podcast, we have added a piece of furniture that I think is a game changer.
I think it is one of the best things we've ever done.
Yeah, and a showstopper. It's a game changer and a showstopper.
One, it's beautiful.
Right.
And two, it's like a transformer. It's like magic.
So it's a coffee table.
Yeah.
So we had the bench from the dinette that we ripped out, and we were using it as an ottoman. And it was fine. It matched the furniture, and it had the nice soft top. The problem was one morning I was trying to work on my laptop, and I had to keep bending over because it's so low.
Too low.
And I said to Patty, I'm like, if we'd bought the Brinkley, their ottoman,
the top raises up.
It's wood and it raises up, so you can work as a desk. And so I'm like, I wonder if we could buy one. I couldn't find the one that Jonathan, our friend from Tree Talker, the Traveler, has in his Brinkley.
Right.
But I started looking on Amazon, and I found this one. And so it's a coffee table that has some storage on the underside, which you have turned into like our office.
That's our office stuff.
Yeah, all of our desk.
Everything's in
supplies.
there except our
printer.
Yeah.
And so if you pull up, it will pull up and make into like a desk, so you can sit here at the couch and work. But what made this one even better than Jonathan's and others that I saw online was the top then folds over again to make it like a little dining table.
Yeah, because there's another little base that comes out to balance, and you flip that over, and it's elevated so you can have 2 people sitting at the couch, 2 people sitting we have the chairs that we bought at IKEA.
Yep.
And now you got a little
And that way, like this
table.
winter, if anybody stops and visits and we want to have dinner, like Woody and Priscilla, and that way people don't have to, not everybody's as good at balancing their plate like we are.
Recently, they weren't bad, but we had some friends here and they were having to balance.
Yeah, because of dogs.
And the dogs can be aggressive, when there's beef.
So we have a little dining table in essence again. That we won't use that often, but it's nice to have that option when we want it. So
nice.
that is a really great upgrade, I think. I think we paid around $200. The weird thing is, everybody, I posted
Yeah, I
pictures on
know.
Facebook and Instagram. Everybody's like, I want the link. Where's the link? I went to share the link. It says the product's out of stock and they don't know if it's coming back.
Isn't that
So
ridiculous?
I don't know if we got the last one.
I know it came in different colors. You could have gotten like a black,
I think there was just one other color.
okay,
And I think it was a gray
a grayish color.
that we didn't really care for.
We like this one because it's open underneath.
Yeah.
And it's heavy.
Because they make other
but
ones
not
that are
as heavy
similar.
as some.
But some of them had like storage all the
We
way
don't
to
need
the
all that.
floor, and we was like, we don't.
we
need
like
that.
the looks of this one.
yeah.
It's minimal, and the color we wanted to pull in just like we did with our little table, a little bit of brown, if you could see it on the video. So
Right.
yeah.
So this is one little upgrade we did.
Uh-huh.
I just did another upgrade in our bedroom,
Yes.
the thermostat.
That thing, it's on the side of, what would you call that?
Like a dresser.
Dresser
the
thing.
End of the foot of the bed.
But the angle is hard to see. The screen was hard to read.
Yep.
Even like in the middle of the night or whatever, and you're trying to adjust something, forget it.
Yeah.
And you're pushing buttons, like all of a sudden you got the heat coming on, and it's 1,000,000 degrees outside.
Because you hit the wrong button just trying to get the backlight to come on.
Yeah.
So it was the Furion thermostat,
Yeah.
very small screen. And so I talked about it in a recent YouTube video as something that I actually have multiple times that I hate this. And it wasn't so much, I guess, I hated the
Well,
thermostat
it was
as much as
just-
where it's located.
Well, and it's just hard to read it
Yeah.
in that spot.
Right.
And other people say, well, hey, in ours it's located over by
Yeah,
the
somebody
bed.
said in their 2025 it's on the wall, which, if it had been on the wall, we wouldn't have had to spend the money. But
Right.
So I ended up ordering the Micro Air thermostat. A lot of people know Micro Air from their easy starts that you put on your AC, but they make this thermostat. Now, it is not cheap. I'm going to tell you, with shipping and tax, it was over $300.
But it does a lot of things.
Well, one, it has I think they say that's a 4-inch screen.
Yes,
And
I can read it from here.
Yeah, you can actually read it from here. It has we'll see how the lighting is tonight.
Yeah.
Because it is a bigger screen, but you can adjust the lighting
That
for
would be good.
day and night.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I like to have darkness.
yeah, and so I think the big thing with it though is I think the reason it costs so much is it is Bluetooth Wi-Fi enabled.
So what does that mean, dear?
It means that if you have Wi-Fi in your RV like we do right now because we have our Starlink hooked up, and then when we get to Canopy,
Right.
we'll actually plug into theirs, which means I'll have to reprogram
Sure.
it to their Wi-Fi.
Right.
But it means that I can control the thermostat from my smartphone anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, or at least the U.S.
As long as you have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
As long as the trailer's on Wi-Fi.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so that, and what that really means is I don't have to get out of bed now to change the thermostat because I can just grab my phone off the charger in the middle
Well,
of
that's
the
what
night.
I said. Now we don't even have to get up.
Yeah.
How lazy is that?
I know.
But it's just great because even with the dogs, it's another thing we can use to help monitor the
Right.
air or the heat or whatever. And you can just check it on your phone or whatever. It's beautiful. It's not like people think, well, how bright is it? You can see it, but it's not blaring at me. But those numbers
Are big enough for people that are getting older
Yeah.
to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was an expensive upgrade, but I think it's
going to be good.
Ask me in another 4 months.
Well, and we'll know tonight too because I like it dark, so
Yeah.
we'll see how dark it goes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I think it's going to be much easier for us to control
Yeah.
in the night.
Yeah,
So.
and it looks good.
Yeah.
It's sharp.
All right. We're finally going to talk about what I really wanted to talk about today.
Which was?
Which was our bathroom upgrades.
Yes.
So we had put out this video. I mentioned 5 flaws in our RV or 5 things we
Yeah.
didn't really like. Never talked about the bathroom. But there were 2 things in the bathroom, one that you were not keen on, one I was not keen on, and we solved both of them
Yeah.
in about a 2-day
Yeah,
period.
we've been hitting it here.
First one is we have a Thetford toilet. Now,
Yes.
the toilet itself is fine.
Yeah.
The toilet seat is garbage.
It's ridiculous. It's like, I don't know, kind of flimsy like. It was already starting to shimmy because, I like to sit on it sometimes, when I'm like.
You like to sit on it, do you?
and it shimmies back and forth and underneath the little, what do you call them, wings?
Well, it was like little
Fins.
fins that set on the actual toilet.
And
It
it
wasn't
was-
solid. It was chintzy.
And they were starting to buckle.
Yeah, they actually were bending.
And cleaning it was a challenge. I mean, it was.
There were so many little cracks and crevices
I
where.
was like, this is gross. So,
And here's the problem. Thetford does not use a standard toilet bowl.
no.
So I kept going out to like Menards and places like
Yes,
that looking for a toilet seat
trying.
that fit. Couldn't find anything that would fit that
Right.
bowl. So then I was talking to my friend Jonathan from Tree Talker the Traveler.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of plugs in
And he
this episode.
gives a lot of advice. Yeah.
And how it started was last week I messaged him and like, yeah, I'm going to order a new toilet. Do you have any advice? Should I go with the Seaflow or the Dometic? And he sent back, and I told him why. And he's like, don't buy a new toilet. We've got the same issue in our Brinkley.
Okay.
And we found a solution.
Nice.
And he went through the same thing last year. He said where he was running to hardware stores, looking for a toilet, couldn't find. Somehow he found one that fits.
It's nice.
I ordered it on Amazon.
Yeah.
It was from a company I think called Bath Royale.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, that's what it says.
And it actually fits the Thetford.
Perfect.
Which is so weird. If Thetford's going to make a bowl that's unique to them, you'd think they would make an upgraded toilet seat.
You would think.
But they don't.
No.
So I ordered this Bath Royale. It fits perfect. Now, it's not wood, but that's okay, actually. It is a thick, molded plastic of some sort.
It's really solid. You don't feel janky at all.
And a couple features on it that I really like is not only is it soft close, but you can, if you needed to force it closed, most soft closes say do not force it closed because it'll ruin the mechanism. This actually says if you need to close it quickly, just push it down. It won't hurt the mechanism. But the other thing I think you're excited about
is the whole thing just you put both parts together and pull up. And you can
take the whole toilet seat off. Yeah, it's pretty
slick. If you really
slick.
wanted to scrub it down, you know.
You can throw it in the shower and spray it off if you wanted.
Really.
Or just getting under the attachments.
Yes,
where it
sometimes you can't get under those. Yeah. I use, wet wipes. I found little brushes. I was trying anything I could find just because I like it clean, and yeah.
So if you have a Thetford toilet in your RV and you hate your toilet seat as much as I hated ours, there is a solution, and I will link that in the show notes just so that so you can find it. Now, you'd want to make sure that you get the right color. And the way I made sure I got the right color, because I can never tell what color toilets are.
Never.
I just, on the back side of your RV toilet, just stick your smartphone back there with the camera on, snap a picture. There will be a label of the toilet.
Okay.
And ours said right on it, it was a white. So that's what I ordered was white.
And it looks great.
Round white. And perfect.
And it
fits perfect.
It doesn't look weird.
Nope.
It looks like an upgrade. It looks beautiful. It looks nice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably the easier of the two. That only took me, 10 minutes.
Not very long.
Not very long to change out. The other upgrade we did was something that drove you nuts.
Yes.
And that was
the shower doors. We have they were beautiful glass 3-panel shower doors, and they were on those rails. And the hard part was getting where the glass overlapped, especially in the corners. I can never get that soap scum off, and it was starting to build up. And
we've only been in this trailer for 4 months.
And the tracks, there's certain parts by the cabinetry where your sink faucet is. I couldn't get back in there because those tracks, ours had like fur, or I don't know what it was called.
It was like a furry
Trying to help clean it and I guess hold it during travel. But, man, it was just, I couldn't get it. It was driving me crazy.
Yeah.
And you took longer at the end of your shower to clean the shower, especially to clean the doors. We had a squeegee. I used microclaw chamois. I had the after shower daily spray. Anything I could do to try to, because I didn't like the spots,
Right.
And then the spots turn into nastiness, and they're beautiful, but they're out.
Yeah. So we actually removed them. Now, we had two options. We could have either ordered one of those Nautilus retractable sharkers.
We had those before.
Which is what we had in the last RV, and we actually really liked.
Mm-hmm.
But that was over $300, and so because we're spending a lot of money right now, it feels like
we went a different way.
We just decided to make it, since this is our home, we're like, what would we put in our house? We'd put in a shower curtain with a shower rod.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And I spent, I think our total bill was $69 through Amazon.
Right. And we done research. You looked on YouTube, and other folks had done the same thing, which makes you think, why are they putting these in trailers if other folks have the same concern we have?
Because the first thing I did was research on YouTube, how do you remove them? And there are so many videos of people removing them.
And Brinkley's and Grand Design, whatever.
And really, I mean, and the reasoning was for everybody was either, one, they're a pain to keep clean. Two, they're really heavy and just add a lot of unnecessary weight to your RV.
They are heavy.
And number three, they can shatter going down the road.
Even when someone even said they had it hooked, but the hook came undone and those things
Yeah.
shattered all over the floor. It's like, oh, I don't want that.
Yeah. So I was like, if manufacturer would just watch a little YouTube, they would find out what customers actually want in
What
their
the
RV.
people want.
Now, Jonathan has a theory on this. He thinks they know that,
Well,
but he says they put them in because it's a sales tactic.
it's beautiful.
Because when you're walking around in RVs on a RV lot, they look really classy.
They
like,
do.
Like they look a lot better than if they had hung up a cheap shower curtain.
Right. And I mean, they're beautiful if
Yeah.
you can get them clean.
But so we removed it, and then put up the shower curtain last night,
Yep.
and we like it. It looks good. It looks more like a house now. I
And
feel like.
our neighbor Bill helped us because he's done that before.
Huge shout out to Bill. Yeah, Bill, who's our head of maintenance here at the campground, and our neighbor and our friend.
Other people call him Batman.
Yeah. So we asked Bill to come over, partially because Bill's background is in home remodeling or commercial building remodeling. So he understands things. And really the only reason I needed him was
the
weight. The
three
doors
panels.
themselves are so heavy.
Yeah.
It took two of us to get them outside so we didn't break them inside.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it was pretty simple. Now, I will say they had there's like 7 screws on each side where they had mounted. And so what we ended up doing was just going out and buying some white-headed screws and just put them back in, and I put clear silicone. So there are screws up and down both sides.
Well, because it holds in the shower itself.
And if we had went with the Nautilus, the track would have covered
that
screws,
up. But you don't see it with the curtain up.
No.
We know it's there, but I don't care.
Again, we're not trying to impress anybody.
No.
We just wanted it to be
It was
comfortable.
just crazy, and I guess they did a good job, whoever installed those, with all that caulking
Oh, my gosh. That was the hardest part.
getting that stuff. There's still a little bit on there. We've tried to get it off.
We'll just slowly keep picking at it.
And we didn't want to use, a sharp blade. We were using, your credit card?
I used a pie slicer that's
Those
plastic.
plastic.
I used a credit card. I mean, anything,
Anything
because
that's
again, you
plastic.
don't want to use a razor blade because
Because
you
you'll
cut into the fiberglass,
Yeah.
and we don't want to do that. But
Oh, you did it. We did
it
it
looks
pretty
pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we got the liner up, and I think we're just making one adjustment. The liner we picked was like a see-through,
I screwed
plasticky
up.
one.
It was a plastic one. I totally forgot those things are horrible, the plastic ones. So I just reordered a cloth liner
like what we had in the cabin.
that we had at the cabin.
And we went with a waffly, pretty white.
I love the shower
It's
curtain.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And then we got a black rod with black
hooks.
different kind of the really
And the
pretty
nice thing is,
hooks.
if anybody out there decides to do this project, if you go to a store to buy a shower curtain, you're going to get a
too
72
big.
by 72. It's going to be way too
Huge.
big. So if you go to Amazon, you can actually order different sizes of
Yes.
shower curtains. So we ended up measuring our opening, and so ours just fits perfect when it's fully open.
48 by 72.
48 by 72.
Yeah,
is what
we
it
just
was.
wanted it to not have all that extra like you
Yeah,
would.
otherwise it would have just been way too much
Too much fabric. Yeah, it wouldn't have worked because it wouldn't have lined up with the holes on the. It would have been bad.
Yeah,
So this works great. Yeah.
So there's a little tip. If you're
Yeah.
looking for an odd size shower curtain, just go to Amazon.
Yeah.
You can buy anything on
Oh,
Amazon.
yeah,
But
anything.
just all those few
You
upgrades
can buy a house.
have been huge. I know you can buy a house. She's not kidding. They really do sell like, I don't know
House
what they
kits.
are. I don't know what
Aren't they
they are.
kits?
I think so. I don't know. But
That crazy.
so just these few upgrades are just continually helping to make this feel like a house. And I know, you might say, well, boy, you guys are really spending some money. And honestly, probably the most expensive one that we've talked about today, well, the two biggest, the coffee table is about $200.
Yep.
The thermostat was $300.
That's the most.
But like the shower curtain deal was like $70.
Yep.
The toilet seat, I don't remember what it was. It might have been around 60 or 70. But I keep thinking that too, like, oh my gosh, we keep spending money. But then I remember this is our home.
This is our
And
home.
if we
yeah.
still own the cabin, we'd be spending money for upgrades over there.
Oh, yeah.
There's general maintenance. And so, as much as I hate spending the money, I feel like if it's making it more livable for us,
Right.
and we need to be comfortable,
Right. Right.
since it's our house.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, there you go. That's this week's topic. Turn your RV into your home, make it comfortable. It's amazing what you can do.
Oh, yeah.
To turn these things into, your house. Your
Well, and
home.
just so everybody, we did not keep those glass doors. But
No.
everything else we've kept
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up. So we do tend to try to save things.
everything.
So like good example is if we ever go to sell this, we can put the dinette back in. We still have the chairs, the table, the booth. We have
Everything.
all of that. That can go back in.
We have this.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Was there something else we took out of here? I can't remember.
I don't know, but
But
everything we change or
yeah,
adjust, we take the original and we put it behind me, and we got a storage spot over here. We just keep it.
and originally I was thinking, oh, I'll have to put these glass shower doors in storage, and then
Mm-mm.
and the more I thought, well, I saw all the other YouTubers
They
like
smash them.
put them in trash bags, smash them, throw them away. I'm like, you know what? They're not going back in because worst case scenarios, if we went to trade it in and the dealership was, like
Himmy Holly.
we could always buy a Nautilus, reinstall
And
it,
do that.
and that would be much better for the next owners.
Yep.
So yeah, we did not keep those shower doors, but normally we keep most things just so we have. And in some cases, like a good example is in the closet, I had to remove 2 shelves to put our
Right.
washer and dryer in.
Yeah.
I didn't save the shelves. What I did do was I tore them apart and saved all
We've
the.
been using
I've been
wood
using the trim pieces off
for
those
different
shelves for
things.
different things around here.
Yeah.
And so even there, I try to recycle things.
Right.
But
Right.
all right.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's going to do it
I think
for
so.
us for this week. Thank you, everyone, for again taking time out of your day. I'm always so amazed at how many people
Yes.
take time out to listen to our podcast,
Our jibber jabber.
our jibber jabber,
Uh-huh.
and we can't thank you enough because otherwise it really wouldn't make sense to record it if
And of
nobody
course,
listened.
we have to thank Jim.
That's right, our good friend. I always put friend first because to me he's a friend first who works for free as our
Well,
producer
bourbon.
and bourbon. But no, we
Bourbon,
would not be able to
maple
do this without our good friend Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
And so that's why every episode we want to make sure we say thank you
Yeah,
to him. So
yeah.
because seriously, we make no money off this podcast. I know a lot of people think like, oh, you guys must be rolling in the dough with the
No.
podcast. The podcast actually takes in no money. We have no sponsors,
No.
and there's no ad revenue from it
Right.
currently. And I doubt there will be because we're now 3 years into this thing or 2 years into this thing.
Right.
So we just do this out of the love of sharing and knowing that some of you get some value
Plus, you
out
get
of
to
it.
wear the headsets.
And we get to
And say
Patty,
breaker, breaker, 19.
on that note. Till next time, everybody. We'll see ya.
On down the road.
Bye.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.